What is the difference between the gluteus medius and the gluteus maximus? They're both butt muscles, but they're in a little bit of a different location. One's a little bit deeper, and they do different actions. So the gluteus medius, the middle glute muscle, it's a deeper layer than the glute max. It goes from your hip here to about right here. And the main thing that it does, some people say it's an adductor, meaning it takes your leg away from the other side. That's not entirely true. It's more of a resistor of this movement. Now, when that becomes relevant is standing on one leg. If I stand on one leg, I want my pelvis to remain stable. And that's why this is a core stability exercise too, because if I drop down like this, that's not necessarily good. If I'm walking around and I'm doing this, that's not good. I want to be stable. So the gluteus medius actually helps to keep our pelvis aligned when we're just doing daily movements. The gluteus maximus is the outer layer of the muscle, and this one is the one that goes way down in here. So it's larger, it's more superficial, and this muscle here is more of an extender of the hip. So it does this. Now, where that becomes relevant, though, as far as daily activities, is climbing stairs or especially climbing up a hill, where we're going to do this. My hip's in flexion. I need to extend my hip. So I'm going to do this. So that's where we would use that glute max muscle. So I'm going to give you two common exercises, two great exercises to show you how you could target each of these differently. The first exercise, you could use a band like this. You could put the band around your knees. I'm going to show you putting it around the feet here, but there are different option placements. If you have knee pain, you might do better off sliding it up here. Just make sure it doesn't crinkle up on you. You want to try to keep it flat like that there. So if I shift my hips back a little bit and walk from side to side like this here, I'm going to target this. Be aware you do not want to be upright because that's going to target more muscles in the front side part of your hip. If we want to target these muscles, the gluteus medius muscles, we want to be back here. We want to do this. Now for the gluteus maximus muscle, we said that's more of the extensor. So a great option is something like a glute bridge or a hip thrust. That would be, here's the hip thrust, could be putting our shoulder blade area on a box, bringing my hips down and back, and then coming up through here. Thrusting my hip up, my hips in flexion. Now I'm going to extend it up, and that's going to start to engage that gluteus maximus, especially if you kind of really squeeze at the end. You're going to squeeze that butt. Notice how I'm on my heels. There's a little bit more of a glute activation if you're a little heavier on your heels. Now, some people will target both at the same time. This is going to be amazing. You could take that band. This time you will put it, I'm going to go ahead and show you. We'll put it around my knees right here. Now again, this thing wants to get all crinkled up on you, so what I'm going to do is try to flatten it back out. Now we could do more of a traditional glute bridge and have that band here. And now I'm going to squeeze out and I'm going to thrust up. So now you can really get some core engagement in through there. So there is your difference between your gluteus medius, your gluteus maximus, and a couple of ideas on how you can exercise those. So if you got anything valuable out of this video, go ahead and like our video. We would appreciate that. If you want more good content like this, subscribe to our page. And if you have a question individual for you want to figure something out and you have a question for us, go ahead and leave us a comment below, or you can find our contact information on our profile.